Yo, 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 yo. What up, though? What's good? It's Monday, guys. October the 9th. What it do? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully your team won. Your fighter won. Sorry about that. Got a little disruption over here. What up, though? But guys, it is October the 9th. What it do? As you see on your screen, cheap Android boxes stealing your data. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to give you all a solution. Something you can do. Honestly, is the best thing to do is not get these generic brand devices. Everybody wants your data. That goes for these cheap corporation companies and these billion-dollar companies, corporations that want your data. And you just have to be careful with everything you're doing on these devices. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you right now, I do not do any personal, I don't put anything personal as far as like using these devices to do my banking. I don't use these devices to go into my main email, keyword main. I don't use these devices to go on my social network platforms. I just don't do that. All right. Usually when if I'm using a device to go and check my financials, usually it's my smartphone, which is under Samsung, or I'm using either this PC that I'm on, or I'm using my Chromebook. More name brand, like even the generic Android tablets. The Android tablets, like I got one tablet called Dragon Touch. It would never have my main email on it. I would never do my financials on it. It's strictly going to be for video playing, a media player. That is about it. But salute, we're going to get into it. Don't forget to smack that thumbs up as you're entering the building. What up, though? What's good? Let me go ahead and move this off the screen, give y'all a big salute. Big salute. Also, I don't know where my phone, I keep leaving my phone upstairs. So if you do send a PayPal, I don't have it in front of me. Let me give you a salute now. Big salute. I did get a few PayPals like last week, but my phone is upstairs. But good topic, and it's going to be a good learning experience. As you see on the YouTube, I do have pinned at the top the article that I will be, reading through, combing through it I don't think I'm gonna read the whole thing, but I'll comb through it and let you know what is going on with some of these devices. Now, you might say, what's a cheap Android box? You see something that's generic that just says Android TV box. A lot of these, I still have quite a few of these devices on hand. Now, do they get the job done? Yes, it can. All right. But you have one here that's by this company, Transpeed, if they even around again. And of course, just like every other device, they give you everything you need to get you by. All right. Ethernet, all of that, HDMI out, all of those all of those extras right there. All right. Now, you never heard nobody say, hey, man, I'm going to get what is this? Trans speed? I done had this bad boy for years. And yes, this is what I started off with because at the time it really wasn't no mainstream. Um, you didn't have a lot of options for mainstream boxes. All right. Here's another one. All right. Some of y'all still use these. All right. Some of y'all use it. I can open this up as well. These are what you call Chinese boxes. And you see, I always I don't know why I keep the tag on them, but same theory. All right. Same thing. Um, and again, these devices right here would probably be great for like retro gaming, you know, using some platforms and stuff like that. But those are generic ones, right? And then of course, you got your main, mainstream. You got Google, you got Chromecast with Google TV, NVIDIA Shield, you know, you got certain devices out there. Then you got some devices that really don't want to collect your data. You know, uh, it don't care what you do. Whatever you do, you do. Those are devices similar to like I want to say like Buzz TV, and then you got like Formula stuff like that. So those devices really don't get into the data. But again, depending on who you get it from, there could be some malware, some type of some type of uh, some type of platform that's hidden on that device that's collecting all the data on you. Now, when we say data, we're talking about your SSID, talking about your MAC address. We're talking about username, passwords for certain platforms. All of this. It's a reason why I do not use the streaming, including the Walmart. I do not use and NVIDIA Shield. I can add that in there. I do not use any of those devices to go and like get on social network or anything. Uh, I just don't, man. I keep forgetting about this. All right, stop. Nope, there we go. So I don't use any of my streaming media players to do that. I don't care what it is. Does it do? I don't even use the Apple TV to get on any social media um, platforms or not like that. I strictly use my devices strictly for playing content, movies and stuff like that, TV shows, watching YouTube and stuff like that. Even though every platform you go to is collecting data on you. You can go to YouTube. Just go. That's all you got to do is watch a couple videos of your favorite music artists, right? Next thing you know, they're gonna give you recommendations to either that. that artist or similar artists, right? When you're watching a movie, all right, it's going to give you some. I don't care if you watch 2 Denzel movies, it's going to start bringing up not only Denzel movies, but his son movies and whoever played, a major part in Denzel. It's going to all piece itself together like a puzzle. You have to be very, very careful. Now, somebody is going to say, well, I use a VPN. That's fine and dandy as well. But at the end of the day, you don't know who that VPN belonged to because it got this name that's been on late night uh infomercials, or they when only time you see it is when ESPN is playing a college football game. At the end of the day, you do not know where your data is going. You just don't know unless you create your own. The only way to empower yourself using a VPN is creating your own. I'm quite sure some softwares out there you can piece together and do your own. That's the only way you will have 100% control and not dependent on someone else or some other organization or company to actually hide the information or secure or encrypt the information. That's the whole message behind a VPN. If I go on this, if I turn it on, will you encrypt the data? We don't know who these people are and who are they selling their data to. So I will advise you, if I had to give you some type of advice, whether you use any of these boxes, is not meant to be putting your personal information. Years ago, I used to hear people say, "Oh man, I check my bank account on these devices," and now you're hearing that a lot of these devices are collecting your data. Look at Amazon. Amazon wants everything on you. Listen, we just did this last week. In order for me to listen to my playlist, I have to, on the Fire Stick, on a new Fire Stick, I have to allow them to collect some portion of the data because it wants to listen and it wants to collect everything that I listen to so it can say, hey, these are recommended to you. Or let's just say they'll like to listen to hip hop on Monday, then he like to listen to smooth jazz on Tuesday. Oh, then he's back to hip hop on Wednesday. Thursday, he's mellowed down a little bit of R&B. Friday, heavy hip hop. Saturday, he more on the chill mode, old school R&B. That's just how it collects the data, and then it presents it to you. Not only that, you can just tell how these sites work. You can be on shopping for anything. You don't have to go to no type of platform. You can just go on Google and just search pillowcases. All right. When you go to Facebook, what are you going to have that comes up? Those pillowcases that you were watching, that you were searching for on Google. So it's just be very, very, very careful when it comes to these devices and what we're watching on them. It's not meant for everything. I mean, it's just not meant, for you to put everything on these devices. I would not do any of that. But I'm going to jump in this article that I have, uh, pinned to the top. And just in case y'all want to read it, um, you can read it as well. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm about to share my screen, and let me do this entire screen right there. All right. Here we have it right here. It says thousands of Android devices come with unkillable backdoor pre-installs. So again, using some of these Chinese boxes, and you never know, it could be because all of this stuff is made across, the water, right? You just never, ever, ever know. All right. Let me grab my bifolks right quick. All right. Maybe I should have put it on. Let me see. Let me see something right quick. Make it bigger. All right. That looked a little bit better. All right. But let me see something. Let me see. Let me see. Let me try to make it a little bit. Let me try to switch this over. But as you see right here, it says when you buy a TV streaming box, there are certain things you wouldn't expect it to do, right? It shouldn't secretly be laced with malware. All right. It tells you right there, it shouldn't be secretly laced with malware or start communicating with servers in China when it's powered up. It definitely should not be acting as a node in the organized crime scheme, making millions of dollars through fraud. However, that's been the reality for thousands of unknowingly people who own cheap Android TV devices. In January, all right, security researchers Daniel, let's just go DM, discovered that a cheap Android TV streaming box called the T95 was infected with malware right out of the box, with multiple other researchers confirming the findings. But he said, but it was just the tip of the iceberg. This week, cybersecurity firm Human Security is revealing new details about the scope of the infected devices and the hidden interconnected web of fraud schemes linked to the streaming boxes. So that's a lot right there. And again, I pinned this right up here at the top of the chat. But it went on and said human security researchers found 7 Android TV boxes and 1 tablet. Remember, I told you about tablets earlier. With the backdoor installed, and they seen side of 200 different models of Android devices that may be impacted, according to a report shared exclusively with Wired. The devices are in homes, businesses, and schools across the U.S. Meanwhile, Human Security says it has also taken down advertising fraud linked to the scheme, which likely helped pay for the operation. All right. Let me see. It says they're like a Swiss Army knife of doing bad things on the internet, says Gavin Reed, the CISO at Human Security, who leads the company's Satari Threat Intelligence and Research Team. This is truly distributed way of doing fraud. Reed says the company has shared details of facilities where the devices may have been manufactured with law enforcement agencies. All right. Human security research is divided into 2 areas: bad box, which involves the compromised Android devices and the way they are involved in fraud cybercrime. And the second box, dubbed Peach Pit, is related ad fraud operating involving at least 39 Android and iOS apps. So you got to be careful using applications as well. Like you just have to be very, very, very careful with some of these behind the scene applications, because you just don't know. Like I was on one site, it was called APK Kings or something like that. It was something crazy. And man, I was like, nah. I looked at it, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, but I said, nah, I ain't putting this on my computer nor on my Android device. But it goes ahead and said first bad box, cheap Android streaming boxes, usually costing less than $50, are sold online and in brick or mortar shops. These set-top boxes often are unbranded or sold under different names, partly obscuring their source. In the second half of 2022, Human Security says in this report, its researchers spotted an Android app that appears to be linked to inauthentic. That means not authentic. Anytime you have an IN in front of the word, IN stands for not. So it's not authentic traffic and connected to the domain flyermobi.com. With Milisic, all right, posted his initial findings about the T95 Android box in January. The research also pointed out Flyber Mobi domain. The team at Human purchased the box and multiple others and started diving in. Man, when I tell you this article is so juicy, it's so good, man, and they get specifics. That's why I chose this article right here. It says in total, the researchers confirmed 8 devices with backdoor installed, 7 TV boxes, the T95, T95Z, the T95X. The X88 that I have. What? Is this it? Is this it, Dale? Did they get me as well? Huh? Did they get me as well? What is that? The X88. Did they get me? All right. Did they get me? So let's bring this article back up. All right. Let's bring it up. The X88, the Q9, the XL Plus, and MSQ Pro 5G, and the tablet J5W. Some of these have also been identified by other security researchers looking into the issue in recent months. All right. It says the company report, which has data scientist Marian Habibi, hopefully I'm saying that name correctly, as its lead author, says Human Security spotted at least 74,000 Android devices showing signs of a bad box infection around the world, including some in schools across the U.S. Didn't I tell you, man, they got down on this article. I think it was just much needed to let us know what the heck is going on. All right. Let me tell you. It said the TV devices are built in China somewhere before they reach the hands of resellers. Researchers don't exactly know where a firmware backdoor is added to them. This backdoor, which is based on the Triada, all right, Triada malware, first spotted by security firm Kaspersky in 2016, modifies one element of Android operating system, allowing itself access. All right, allowing itself to access apps installed on the devices. So anything, this is where I'm telling you, you got your Facebook, right? You got your Instagram. You got all of these platforms that could be possibly linked to this malware. All right. And it says it modifies one element of the Android operating system, allowing itself to access apps installed on the devices. Then it phones home, unbeknownst to the user. When you plug this thing in, it goes to a command control C2 in China and downloads an instruction set and start doing a bunch of bad stuff. All right, human security track multiple types of fraud linked to the compromised device. This includes advertisement fraud, residential process services, where the group behind the scheme sell access to your home network. All right, the creation of fake Gmail and WhatsApp's accounts using the connection and remote code installation. Those behind the scheme were selling access to residential networks commercially, the company report says, claiming to have access to more than 10 million home IP addresses and 7 million mobile IP addresses. Man, that's why I tell you, listen, it's crazy because yes, we do hook these devices up to our network. Yes, we do all of that. We do it all. But at the end of the day, you got to be careful with a lot of these devices. It continues saying that it says the findings tally with those of other researchers and ongoing investigation. Firedoor on your Shinkin, something like that. I'm killing the name though. Uh, a senior threat researcher at security firm Trend Micro says the company has seen two Chinese threats groups that have used backdoor Android devices. One it has researched deeply. The other is the one human security looked at. The infection of devices are quite similar, or is quite similar. It says Trend Micro has found a front end company for the group it investigated in China. It says they were claiming that they have over 20 million devices infected worldwide, with up to 2 million devices being online at any point of time, he says. Based on the Trend Micro network data, Yarosh, Yoroskin, that's what I'm going to say, Yoroskin, believe these figures to be credible. There are there are a tablet in one of the museums somewhere in Europe, Yoropskin says, adding he believes it has possible that swaths of Android systems may have been impacted, including in cars. It's easy for them to infiltrate the supply chain. He says, and the manufacturers, it really is really difficult to detect. And so, man, just going through this article, man, you just have to be careful. Now I'm gonna read the bottom of this because they just give out some numbers of possible uh people impacted. I'll read from here. It says human security research says the ad involves were making 4 billion ad requests per day with 121,000 Androids devices impacted and 159,000 iOS devices impacted. So Apple is not safe as well. All right. So we have to be careful. There have been 15 million downloads in total for the Android apps, the researchers calculated. The bad box backdoor was found only on Android and not on iOS devices. All right. So that's just that one that's just found strictly on Android devices. And the reason why that backdoor is on there because it's open source. Apple is not open source. All right. Reed says that based on the data the company has, which isn't a complete picture due to the complexity of the ad industry. I mean, not in the ad industry. All right. Those behind the scheme could have easily earned $2 million in 1 month alone. It says Google spokesperson Ed confirms the 20 Android apps reported by human security have been removed from the store. The off-brand devices discovered to be bad box infected were not Play Protected certified Android devices. So it's not always good to turn off Android, you know, protection. Now, some of us, we use these third-party applications, and usually when that pops up, it's because the Google Play or Google says, hold up, we picked up something on this application that is not cool. You know, do you want to install it anyway? Stuff like that. So it says the off-brand devices discovered to be bad box infected were not play protected certified Android devices, are referring to Google's security testing system for Android devices. It said if a device isn't play protected certified, Google doesn't have a record of the success. It says Google doesn't have a record of security and compatibility test results. The company has a list of certified Android TV partners. Apple spokesperson Arshel, I ain't gonna even butcher the last name, says that it found 5 of the app's human reported breaching its guidelines, and the developers were given 14 days to make them follow the rules. 4 of them have done so as a publication. Toward the end of 2022 and this first part of the year, Reed says human security took action against the advertising fraud elements of Bad Box and Peach Pit. According to the data shared by the company, the amount of fraudulent ad requests from the scheme taking place now has completely dropped off. But the attackers adapted to the disruption in real time. Santos says when the countermeasures were first deployed, those behind the scheme started by sending out an update. To obfuscate what they were doing. Then he says those behind Bad Box took down the C2 server, powering the firmware backdoor. So it is crazy. All right. Is that while the attackers have been slow, the boxes are still in people's homes and on their network. And unless someone has technical skills, the malware is very hard to remove. You could think of these bad boxes as kind of like sleeper cells. They're just sitting there waiting for instruction sets, Reed says. Ultimately, for people buying TV streaming boxes, the advice to buy branded devices where manufacturers is clear and trusted, as Reed says. Friends don't let friends plug in weird, I don't know what, weird IoT devices into their home network. So again, I linked this. You can go and read this article. I think this was a great article. All right, for some of these devices that we have out here in the market. And I'm saying we because we are cord cutters, and just months, not months, but years ago, these were some of the boxes we were using. So we can only imagine how long this has been going on with a lot of these devices. I know I got a T95 here, and as you saw, I got a X88 Pro, which was a part of that list. But I would have loved to see them give me a list of applications or a scenario where we can actually go and check it out ourselves. They probably got a few other articles out there. Matter of fact, I ran across one where it actually told you exactly what to do with those Android devices. And I read it over the weekend. This actually popped up on my phone Friday. This popped up Friday. So I was aware of this article. I read it on my phone. You could using my bifocals 2000. The other ones, I was like, wow. And then I think Sunday I got like two. I think I got 2 messages talking about this, and then I think I received one today talking about this. Oh, I already knew I was going to be talking about this and some things that we can do. Some things that we can do to actually, protect ourselves. The best protection is, look, if we get these devices, yes, they will have, like information on our routers and stuff like that. Uh, but far as because that's what we have to connect to, whether we're connected with our phones using these cheap Android boxes or we connecting to our home network. So they are seeing that. Remember, because it's two-way communication. In order for our devices, you know, to work, it has to send information from our router, our modem router, to our devices, and our devices send information back to allow us to get online. Uh, but they are collecting data. All of them are collecting data. Every last one of them are collecting data. And it's just at this day of age, it's no hiding. I don't care if you got Amazon, Fire Stick, Cube, all the way up to our smartphones. There's no hiding. All right. That bank card with the chip in there, they're collecting data on that and sending it up and say, okay, well, they'll like to buy a bunch of shoes. You know, he's into shoes. So you know what? We'll send this over here and we'll send him something in his email or something about shoes. That's just everything works hand in hand. Not only that, guys, on these devices, I don't trust none of them. All right. That's why I do not use my regular email. I created a generic email that I use on all devices. All devices. Y'all may think that Superdell-TV email. Nope. I got probably about 7 emails. All right. Now, just recently, probably about like 8 months ago, I created an email. All right. Because remember, no, this was probably about a year ago. Uh, I had to change one because of TiVo. They wouldn't allow me to set up a device. And then I changed it again like 6, 7 months ago. Now, all of a sudden, I'm starting to get these emails from these Chinese corporations. How they're finding me, I don't know. It ain't like I'm going out here signing up for, uh, Alibaba or anything like that using this email. But how do these people get the email? It's not on YouTube. It's not on Facebook. But just so happened, I come home during the weekend. Matter of fact, it was Saturday night. And I go in, I'm like, let me check email. And I got like probably about 15 to 20 emails from different organizations in China. And I only use this to set up devices. So they could be collecting data all type of ways. But this is why I say do not use your primary email at all. If you're setting up these devices, get a generic email. Let that back because you don't care about it anyway. You do not care about it. Like when I go out, if I go to Michael's and they say, "Oh, you want to sign up for this?" I say, "Yeah, whatever." If I can save a couple dollars, I'll save it. Oh, we just need an email. Use this email right here. They would never get my primary. And guess what happens? A week or two later, them little 20 emails that you used to get in a month, now you getting 2,000 emails in a month because they're selling your data they're selling your information using that email. Use generic and generic only. Then this is the last thing I'm gonna say on it, and then I'll try to get to what y'all think of this article. This listen, um, VPNs. VPN again, I talked about it earlier. VPNs only protect so much because again, we don't know who we sending our money to on the other end. All right. We just don't know. From free all the way to paid. Can't not one person in the cord cutting community says, oh, I've been to this organization's building and they gave me a walkthrough. They showed me all their servers, uh, and just it can't not one person. We're going by what the creators are saying. Hey, this VPN is the best, or this VPN, and look, they could be, but as of right now, we can go. Samsung has a headquarters. Nvidia has a headquarters in the United States. We don't know where could one of these VPNs be in somebody's basement? Could one of these VPNs be in the back of your local 24/7 late night gas station? It could. We just don't know. We don't know. Could they have a little old office, maybe about like 2,000 square foot, or maybe even smaller, a little suite that's somewhere that got paper up in front of it so you can't see inside, or they tenant the windows so you can't see inside? Could that be, what we call, a VPN operation? It could be. We just never know. All we can do is protect ourselves. So definitely do not use your primary. I don't care if it's Nvidia. I don't care if it's Walmart on. I don't care if it's Chromecast with Google TV. Always use a generic email. All right. It's bad enough they collecting data on us every time we get up. If we go to the store and if we're not using cash, they're collecting. If you buy a new car, even though you don't have the service, they're collecting data information on you. You got a cell phone. People, like I said earlier, people be crying, or Amazon listening to you. Yeah, your phone is too, because in order to use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok effectively, you have to agree to their terms, which is what? Your contacts, your microphone, your pictures, everything. You have to give all of that up. And so they could be listening right now. They could be listening tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we need access to that mic. Oh, yeah, we need access to them recordings on your device as well. Just in case you send something to your spouse. Hey, babe, I'll see you when I get home. Be ready. Be looking sexy for me, because I had a good day. I done got my workout in, and hey, we going strong tonight. They got access to all of that. Your voice, they got access to it because of today's technology. So just be very, 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 very careful on these devices. Use generic. You can turn off locations and all of that stuff. It's crazy what's going on. All right. It ain't no getting around it. Nothing. Just know that, yes, if they want you, they'll get you. They will get you. So hopefully y'all read that article that's pinned over there. I left that up there for y'all. That is some good reading, in my opinion. Now, any questions, anything we need to talk about before I move on to this next topic? And this next topic will be the Walmart on. All right. I will be upside down. I will be talking about this device. Some of y'all know this device right here. Very, very popular device. Very, very great device, in my opinion, if you set it up correctly. All right. If you set it up correctly, you will be successful. And again, use a generic email and you will be all right. All right. Harlem say, yo, what up though, Harlem? What up though? He say, it's the on on that list. The on is not on that list, but at the end of the day, the own boxes are made over there, not alongside with that device, but it is made in China. All right. But it's not on that list. What it is, when you got a large corporation such as like Amazon, Walmart, Nvidia, Chromecast with Google TV, those are national brand names. And I'm quite sure they have engineers making sure that none of these devices have any type of infectious applications or sources on it, that that can cause us to have questions. I don't think they want a big class action lawsuit, um, because of them allowing this. That's why you heard in the article said these are under so many different brands. They can't pinpoint and say, "Oh, that's Walmart. That belongs to Walmart." Oh, you know what? Nvidia. That's oops. You know what? Chromecast with Google TV. We must hold Google accountable. These are generic people who that are making these boxes. Of course, they get the case, they put everything in it, and they're making these devices and they're selling them. And they're so easy to get that, and it's open source. So we can make it do pretty much what we need it to do. So nope, it is not on that list. Absolutely not. What up, though? What up, though? Say I had my iPhone tell me I needed to sign in with an email I don't use on anything. Guess what? It is a Google email. Yeah, and that's crazy, crazy. Yup, yep, that's crazy. But yeah, you got to have them. Say I too have 10 email accounts, plus I still use AOL. Yeah, my auntie still use her AOL. Yup, so it's crazy. What up, though? What's up, everybody? Big salute. So I advise everybody again, read that article for yourself. And it's pinned at the top. Read it. I think they go into great detail, and that's something that you need to just think about when you're using your device. Don't go on to your Facebook. Don't set up TikTok under your name on these devices. Don't do all of that, because again, you just never know. Definitely with these Chinese boxes that they are sending over here, and you know, 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage for $39. And you like, shoot, this is a deal. Look at all this internal space I get. Oh, it's 8 gigs of RAM. Oh man, that means it's super quick. Yeah, okay. All right. That's what you think. All right. That's what you think. And it is. Just don't put none of that on there. It is called a media player. And it's a media player for a reason. It's not, a social networking device. It's not one of them. I don't care if it's mainstream. It's a media player. That's what it's for, to watch content, whether it's live, VOD, or local. It's a media player. You want to get on your social network? Use your computer, use your phone, use your Chromebook. You know, some tablets, not all tablets. Hold up. See, there we go. They're on that bull crap. But and then just go from there. All right, let's see if we got any questions. Anybody? I don't think it was really nothing. I don't think Matt say, yeah, I have 3 different emails just because I like to have more than one. Absolutely. I agree. What up, though? What up, though, Mr. Urban World? People foolishly put so much personal information on their social media profile. You can drive them direct directly to them. The thing about it though, uh, on platforms like Facebook, some Instagram, but yeah, if you got a first and last name, that's all you got to do is Google, and you can get a lot of information. You know, that's just the world we live in right now. But the crazy thing is, what's the pro and the con? Because you know, um, using like if you unless you got an old bucket, you got an old bucket. Um, they want to collect so much. Let me finish this thought. Cause if you got an old bucket, you don't have no phone, then you you all right, But as soon as you get a phone, whether you got an old bucket, you know, remember them phones are going to ping. You on your computer, searching stuff. They can come take your computer and see exactly what you were doing. You know, that's how a lot of people got caught. You know, doing things like that. But it's crazy. But again, you know, it's crazy. But just protect yourself. That's all I will say. What up, though, Wim? Yeah. What up, though? All right. What up, though? At C Tech. What it do? What it do? What up, though? What's good? What's up, Rose? What up, though? Say, hey, what do you think about the first TV stick Max? I'm thinking about getting one. I got one. I mean, it's solid. I don't know. I heard somebody said that they fix the icon situation on the third party. I don't think mine's is fixed. I got it right here in front of me, but I can always go through and let me see if they did an update. I do see a notification. I do see that. Maybe there's an update. No, that's no update. Not for that. Anyway, let me go over here to preference. I mean, nope. My Fire TV. That's what I meant. Let me see. Let me see. About. I'm gonna check for an update. Let me see. Cause somebody was saying that the update, they did an update and the icons were fixed. At least in one of the posts I read, that the icons were fixed. And yes, I am looking at it right now on the Fire TV 4K Max. The icons are showing up. All right. They are showing up. And I can share that with y'all. That ain't no biggie. So, yes, for right now, I think it's a little bit pricey. But remember, Prime Day starts tomorrow and Wednesday. Prime Day. So they might put these on sale. But yeah, they fixed it. They fixed it. So whatever update that they ran, I must got mine on automatic update. So yes, they fixed it, which is crazy. Let me do this. Let me do this. Easy. All right, let me make this big. All right, be safe out there, Harlem, New York. Thank you for stopping by. Come on. There we go. So now when I share this, all right, let me do this. I mean, I think it's nice. I'm not gonna lie, Verado. I think it's nice. But yeah, they went through and come on, I'm about to say, dang. But yeah, you see your third party applications. All right. You see it? All of this wasn't here when I first done this. I think this is huge. All right. So again, they did fix this because all of this wasn't showing up. That's why I went and got all of these shortcuts right here. But now they did an update. Yes, it is showing up. So as y'all see right there, you see some of the third party applications. Again, I'll go up there to the top and you see them. I'm marking them off. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And so, and got another boom. All right. And everything is showing up. So yes, do I think it's worth it? I think the pricing can be a little bit better. Um, I believe the pricing could be a little bit better, but you know, it really is up to you. I think it's nice though. I think it's nice with the extra storage space, 16 gigabytes. So yes, I believe that's nice. Alvarado. So yeah, I just don't like the price. I don't like the price. That's the only thing I don't like. Uh, I don't like the price, but to each his own. You know, if you can get it, go on get it. But wait for tomorrow and see if they throw it on sale tomorrow and Wednesday. Usually when they do this, also Target will follow suit and Best Buy will follow suit. So you don't have to sit there and wait on it. If you can drive up the road to your Best Buy, just go over there and grab one and you'll be good to go. All right. But other than that, I believe it is a nice device. I do believe that. Let me do this right quick because I don't want to hold y'all up. It is 7:30. Um, this right here is and don't forget to smack that thumbs up. This is the on box with Google TV. All right. This is the on box with Google TV. I'll show it to you right here. We can go into the about. Where you at? System, about, and you see it right there, right? You see it right there. This is the on 4K streaming box. All right. I got a great question. They said, Dale, how do you set it up? Not with the applications, but how do you set your device up to make it a little bit snappier? You know, everything, just make it a little bit better. Well, the first thing I dislike about the on boxes is even though you do not choose the applications, they still install them on there. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I do not know. And I think that's something they need to fix from day one. So, again, if you get these devices, this is everything you're going to need to do in order to make it a little bit snappier, a little bit better. Take off, do some features on here. I need you to watch me and I'm going to walk through it. It's not going to take 20 minutes. I'm going to just go through it, talk, go through it, talk, and then we'll go from there. All right. The first thing you should do when you get this device, when you're here, it comes on the screen. I'm not going to do the whole initial, put your email in and all of that stuff. You should know how to do that. But once everything go through, you come here. All right. First thing you should do, go over to your settings. All right. Click that icon, that gear icon. All right. The first thing you should do, or one of the first things you can do, is go over here to apps. All right. You want to see all of your apps. As you see it right there, you see all of these apps get pre-installed. Now, if you use them, go ahead, keep it. Me, I don't use Apple TV. I don't even have an Apple TV subscription. So what I'm going to do, uninstall the apps that I do not use. All right. Disney. Even though I have a Disney, I'm not going to use it on this device. All right. ESPN. All of these applications you can take off because they're eating up space. Remember, you only have 2 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of internal space. Hulu, even though I have that subscription, I'm not going to keep it on this device. Max, uninstalling it. But again, if you have this, is this going to be one of your boxes? Then keep the applications that you're going to use. I do have Netflix, but I usually leave Netflix. Paramount. And for you hustlers, dealers, and go-getters, this is something you should be doing. These are the only 2 applications I usually leave on. All right, YouTube Music, you can disable it. It just comes with it. YouTube, you can't get rid of those. And of course, you don't want to mess with that as well. All right. From there, go down to manage updates. This is very, 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 very important. Go over here. Now, you can turn this on. This is optional. Auto update apps. This is optional for all your mainstream applications. But let's go down here to see available updates. And again, I learned this from PCD on the Android TV OS. Even though this is Google TV, this is just a layer sitting on top of Android TV OS. This is what Google TV is, a more modern um, uh, version of Android TV OS. But as you see, it says what? You got 8 pending updates. So go up here, and all of these need to be updated. All right. All of these right here. So what you want to do, update them all. And while this is updating, he said, I just saw it in Best Buy for $60. Yeah, wait till tonight or tomorrow, Alvarado. They might put them on sale. Ain't no guarantee they might put them on sale. Big salute, Top Cat. What's up, baby girl? What's up? Hope all is well. Thank you for the donation. Definitely smack them thumbs up, people. Definitely, if you haven't, go ahead, smack them thumbs up. I'm trying to get better. Football season is almost over. We only got a few more weeks, maybe about a good 4 more weeks, maybe 5 if we go to the championship. But, you know, and then I'll be able to put more time doing this, doing lives and doing dedicated videos. So thank you, Top Cat. Big salute to you. Thank you. All right, I got 4 more remaining. All right. Chariot say, yo, I'm going to have to do that with my Google TV. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely do this. All right. You got to do this. Yeah, Dale, I check my apps update every day when I use my on device. See, that's what's up. Yep. And we got 1 more, and it's Netflix. All right. You say, yeah, I haven't had a system update yet for my own device. Yeah, on is probably one of the last ones that actually get an update. So, yes, absolutely. What's up, Nail? Yeah, it's high school football, Chariot. CMG, man, I be at the games all the time, man. We got rained on last week. It was crazy. All right. So from here, guys, all the updates are done. You can hit your back button. You can keep going up out of here. And then now you can go hit your left directional. And now you can go down, right? Just go, you see security right here. Again, security, scan the apps to play, protect. Some people use this. Some people know what they're putting on the device. And then it says improve harmful app detection. All right. So send unknown apps to Google for better protection. I mean, not protection, detection. I'm not sending anything to Google. You can leave this on. You can turn it off. It's up to you. That's really up to you. All right. From there, let's go back. I need you to go up to privacy. All right, let's go over to location. You see microphone. They want access to all of this. You see usage. All right, this is important. Automatically send diagnostic information to Google, like crash reports. Now, I'm not, you don't need to know all of that. We good. Ads, purchase, all of that stuff. Let me see. Location. If you wanted to know your location, you can leave that on. You see where it says scanning always available. Let Google's location service and other apps scan network. That's really a personal preference thing. Because some of y'all might use some apps that maybe you got the weather app, so it need to know your location. Microphone. All right. Now, if you turn this off, that means you cannot use the assistants. All right. You see how they get us? All right. So if you want to use hey, the G word, hey, Google, uh, where is the nearest Burger King or something like that? You can do that. All right. So if you turn it off, you're not going to be able to use it. All right. Camera. We ain't got nothing with camera. Unless you hook a camera up, you should be good to go. Google Assistant, as you see all of those over there, payments, all of that, you should be pretty much good. But again, that comes down to your personal preference. Now, let's go into system. Let's go into about. Let's go over to the right. Let's go down to where we got Android build. You want to hit this about 7, 8 times till you become a developer. So you want to hit this bad boy until it tells you at the bottom you are now a developer. Once you get done with that, hit the go back button, and I need you to go down a few. All right. Go down to where you see developers option. Now, there's some interesting things you want to do up in here. Now, if you want to do the picture mode, that's up to you. USD bugging, you know, you can actually turn this on. Really, if you're going to use some type of flash drive for memory, or you wanted to play something off your drive, that's with USB debugging. USB debugging back in the day would give you access. So, like if you take it and plug it into your computer, you can add stuff like that. So you can leave that on. It's not gonna hurt if you leave it off or leave it on. Either way, that comes down to personal preference. And you can keep going, right? Keep going, keep going. You can verify apps over USB. Usually they do that. All right. All right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Here's the problem to make it a little bit more snappier. You see animation. All right. That's how fast it's going to move going from one to another. If you want to change that, I would say change it to zero point 0.5 instead of leaving it at 1. Transition. Now, animation is animated when you see everything, ad or whatever they giving, everything is moving so smooth. Transition. This is going from one app or moving the um going on the home screen where you're going from one app to another, and it's basically your pointer that you're going back and forth. But put that on 0.5 too. All right. It makes it a little bit faster, and then you got your animated direction. All right. I usually put these all on 5. All right. Everything else you pretty much don't have to mess with. I wouldn't mess with anything else. But you see how faster it's moving. All right. You all made it a little bit more snappier. And I thought it was one more that I had up in here. All right. I think it was one more. I did the privacy. All right. I did that. And so again, everybody, you see the transition. Everything is moving so much faster now. All right. Everything is updated. And this is all you have to do. Now, the last thing I would tell you, right? Because when you get this device, it lets you know developer options is enabled. But you probably gonna get one of them updates for your remote control. Now, for your apps, you can always go up in here and look at your apps and stuff like that. No, that's what I'm not trying to look at. Hold up. System. There we go. I think it's in system storage. And so it's telling me I have 3.6 gigs of available storage for this device. All right. Again, how do you get to it? In systems. All right. If you out here, and we'll go back to it, go to your settings, click your setting icon, go down to system, go down to storage, go to the right, and go all the way to the bottom. It'll tell you your available um, storage, your internal storage on your device. Then you're pretty much good to go from there. All right. Again, you can make, remember we like the Amazon Fire Stick because it got the ambient mode. And so if you want this, you can get it. It looks very, very well on your television. Depending if you got, a television that gives out great colors. All right. And so if you just keep hitting the right hand button, you can transition through all of these right here. That is a great picture right there. All right. And you can just go through it, and just check it out. Again, they got their own version of ambient mode. Very, very nice picture. That's probably Mama Bear with her 3 cubs. That's pretty. That's pretty. But again, I like this. Shoot, this is very similar to like New Orleans. Shoot, this might be New Orleans. I ain't gonna no, I don't know. Because I ain't see a bunch of cabs, I tell you that. I can't even tell you if I saw one cab. I don't think this is New Orleans, but it's very, very similar. In New Orleans, their streets are narrower, so I don't think that's New Orleans. But depending on your television, I bet you this looks good on my TV upstairs. And so these are just different things. You can go into settings, and you can do Google Photos, artwork. You can do all of this. Uh, you can put your weather up here. You can do your time up there. You can do all your personal. All of this can be on here if this is your look at this. You can change your slideshow. I'm gonna just do it like every 10 seconds. We're gonna see if this work. Maybe it hold up. It didn't do it because I ain't hit the OK. There you go. Oh, it says unable to update, so it ain't gonna do it. But it's still you can have it going through every minute. But there you have it right there. It's very, very easy once you get it. That way you keep a clean device, and you can go and do what you got to do and go from there. So that's how you do it. It's not hard at all. Just enjoy your device. And a lot of times, what I may do, just depending on if if I feel like it, I go in the system and sometimes, I just restart it, like just to make sure everything is gone through, make sure everything is ready to go, and you can do the same thing. That you don't have to do this, but sometimes I do it. Really, if it's like even though you made the changes and it's still kind of laggy, I just restart it, and usually restarting your device just makes everything works better. Or you can just unplug it and then plug it back in. Either way. And yep, he said, "How about them Cowboys?" Yeah, they got crushed. CMG said, "Yeah, I'm waiting on high school basketball in my city. I can't wait." Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, but here it is right there. I don't like how they got that girl who be they ain't got to show that dang on picture like that. That's why I moved it earlier. I thought they was gonna move it. You see the young lady, Shakiri Richardson. Don't nobody need. I don't know why they got it like that, but it is what it is. But other than that, guys, I don't have too much. Uh, I definitely don't have too much more to say today. You know, you can tell what I be watching up under this account. What I be what is a Feds arrest Snoop Dogg for Tupac capture? Oh man, that's probably some clickbait or something. So, but they talking about these two guys, Crawford and Davis, going against each other. Maybe later in the year. I don't know. We gonna see. That'll be a nice little fight, but they gonna do it at a catch weight. But other than that, guys, do y'all have anything for me? It is 7:50. I didn't want to be too long today. I wanted to get straight to this article, and which is cool. Hey, I'm digging. Look, a lot of times I go and get my boxes like this, right? I order these from Amazon, and what I usually do, I got my little bubble wrap. I got everything in there nice and neat, right? But honestly, if you're a hustler, you're doing your thing, you can actually use their box now compared to how, they used to have it. It used to be like, you used to have to tear their stuff up. So usually the box comes in you know, if you're a hustler, do not, if you giving this to somebody, do not give them this lime green box. Not if you're doing your thing. Everybody do not need to know that you only paid $20. And then they'll come and be like, hey man, I got my own box. Can you do it? Nah. Don't make your profit. If it's $20 to you, that don't mean you let it go for you know, $40 or anything like that. But you pull it out, right? You take it out the box, the original box, right? You could toss this. You could toss this. And this is the box it comes in. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, you could put everything back in place. If you're nice with it, right? You could take this device, the paper that it comes in, you can take this, right? And just for demonstration purposes, you can take this device, put it back in, or if you don't want to be that fancy, you can just put it back into the box. But you can put it back in, make it as nice and neat. But now, if you crunch for time, forget this paper, all right? But you put it back in nice and neat, just like how you found it, right? Take the remote, got the batteries in it, put it in there. You take the power cord, all right? You take the power cord, put it in nice and neat, because that's what you can do, all right? You take the cover. Everything is in here. This the tricky part, trying to get everything to fit back regular. See, in my big box, I could just do it. There we go. You can take everything, put it in nice and neat. You can put it in nice and neat. You probably can't see it. All right. The remote is in here. Everything, the remote, the HDMI cable is in there, right? You put that back in. You take your box, put it back in there. You take your cord, put it back in there, nice and neat. And guess what? You can close this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Make sure you remove this. Because people are smart out here. All right. And here it is. And just like Huff do, Huff brand his box. You got a brand new white box that you can just hand it off and be done with it. All right. You might have to, let me see what this says over here, because I see a little sticker on here. All right, you might have to remove this little sticker because it got the on brand, or you can just scratch it off, get a marker and make it just black, or you can just peel it off if it wants to peel. All right. I'm not gonna tear this box up, but you can just mark it off, and then you can, or take your little seal around it and you can cover it up and stuff like that. But it is a nice little box, and you can just hand it over and be done with it. But the whole key is make sure you take, the manual out, because people will be like, oh, on, and people be buying that on stuff, and even though it tells you a little bit about it, but nah, you ain't about to get all that and be done with it. So other than that, guys, I'm getting ready to go. I appreciate the love. Definitely, if you want to show support to the channel, definitely send you can send a donation to the PayPal link. I may drop a video tomorrow or either Wednesday. I may do that. And then we'll just go from there. But hopefully y'all like today's live show. Hopefully you learned something from it, and then we all just go from there. But this is Superdell, guys. I'm getting ready to go up here, grab me a little bite to eat, and call it the day. All right. With that being said, y'all be safe out there. I don't see no questions. Big salute to y'all. I am out this joint, guys. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.